The establishing shot introduces the thriller to the audience.
The close-up of the antagonist introduces him to the audience, and the fact that he's putting his hoodie up shows that he is the antagonist, as it is a convention.
All these shots build tension as you don't actually know where he's walking to, and the fact that his facial expression shows that he's up to something.
The dark clothing that he's wearing is a convention of thrillers, so that is why we decided on this.
We have used the time lapse to build tension, and also by showing that the thriller is set in the dark. This is a traditional convention of thrillers that we have got. We've taken inspiration from Psycho, as she is wearing no clothes, which means that she is unguarded and she is very vulnerable.
The dark lighting in the house conveys that something bad will happen, as it's a convention of a thriller.
We used a lot of point of view shots in our thriller, as it's got an eye. It's from the antagonist's point of view. These point of view shots that show that the antagonist is so close to the protagonist, which means that she is in danger.
The protagonist comes out of the shower without any suspicion.
She
looks at her phone.
We use that high angle shot as it looks as though someone is looking down on her and she is being watched.
The music in our thriller builds tension. This is conveyed when the music stops to hear the door slamming.
We have used cross-cutting in this part of the thriller to show that she is very vulnerable, and also to remind the audience that he is in her house. We put slow motion on this shot to build tension for the audience.
This over-the-shoulder shot shows the main shot of the whole thriller opening and gives a sense of tension for the audience.
Yeah. I think that the point of view shots we used in our thriller were really effective, because it really shows how close he is to her.
Yeah, and it kind of not only gives a sense of what he's seeing, but what she will see and what she's hidden from.
Yeah.
The music I think is really effective though, because the high
The bit at the
volume.
end, like the sound sting right at the end when he grabbed her shoulder, that sort of really puts it's like an impact on the audience.
And the heightening in pitch
And
throughout.
and the fact that we showed the time lapse from day to night, and the whole sort of the end of the beginning is set in the dark, which is a traditional convention of thrillers, and I think we have used that really effectively, like with the lighting.
Yeah, definitely. The main location though of being an everyday house makes it more relatable for the target audience.
It's more sort of scary as opposed to an abandoned house, I think.
Because I think the
audience can relate to it.
Yeah, will relate and hopefully go away frightened after seeing this thriller opening.
I think that our costumes are really effective as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So because although they're not sort of really, really over the top, they're like our location, they're sort of everyday.
Yeah.
Although we have put the hoodie on the antagonist to sort of cover him up and make him look a bit more intimidating.
And the dressing gown, it's because it's thin material, so it shows that she's kind of protected a bit, but not fully like she thinks she is.
Yeah, so where she hasn't got clothing, she hasn't got anything to hide behind against, and we really took that influence from Psycho, because she's completely unguarded, she has nothing to hide against. I think that we have come a really long way from our prelim video.
Yes, definitely.
Because we put so much more plan into it, so much more thought, and we've used the conventions from thrillers while also using creativity of our own to add to it.
Yeah, our prelim was just like
it wasn't.
improvised.
Yeah.
And we didn't plan anything at all. We just went out and did it. Whereas this, we planned every little thing we were going to.
Yeah,
put
I think
into
all
it.
the shots were very effective
Mhm.
for what we wanted for our thriller.
Yeah, because the prelim was just dictated by the teacher. It was told that we had to complete it. We didn't really have a choice. Whereas this, it was all our free will.
I do think we need to improve on the quality of the
Yeah,
camera
the
as well,
quality
because
definitely lacked.
we did have a lot of problems with switching a lot of cameras around. We did in fact use 3 different types of cameras, and I think that the quality is actually quite obvious in a lot of the shots.
Mhm.
I
We
think
did try and brighten up shots, but
Yeah.
in some ways it made it worse than its original.
I think if we were to do it again, I think we'd make sure that we have a reliable camera, have
Yeah.
all enough space on the camera, and organise
And we'd
ourselves
plan to-
better.
We'd planned not to have to reshoot because we had to shoot quite a few times, mainly because of cameras running out and cameras not having battery.
Yeah.
Oh,